So I could just tell you to take one of these pages and build these items, but that doesn't give you a lot of info. Watch this video and you will understand all of your item choices. Your starting item depends on how you intend to play the early game. I'll have this text on screen, but you won't have time to read all of it. Don't worry, I'll tell you the most important parts. Corrupting Potion with Time Warp Tonic allows you to play much more aggressively. Pick this if you want to play the early game fast, especially into melee champion. Doran's Ring gives you the AP you need to wave clear against a lot of ranged champs. Try out both and see what you like. On your recall, you really want to get Lost Chapter. If you farm well, you should be able to get it around 6 or 7 minutes. If we cannot afford Lost Chapter, then we'll consider other options. You really want to try to get Refillable Potion as well. Obviously, this is for those who started Doran's Ring. Amp Tomes are fine to buy. Usually I'll value an Amp Tome over boots. If you happen to have 350 gold, you could buy Dark Seal. If you want to save up for Lost Chapter, buy Mana instead. Control wards are great. Buy them if you have extra gold, but don't delay your items or wards. Oblivion Orb is fine against a champ who heals a lot. If you can afford an item like Lost Chapter or your Mythic, then you should finish that first. Against an 80 champion, you will want to buy a Cloth Armor early on. Here's a bunch of numbers on it, but all you really need to know is that Serrated Dirk is OP, Cloth Armor is good, and Seeker's Arm Guard is terrible. You can do the same with no Magic Mantle, but magic resist options aren't that great in general. Luden's Tempest is great against champions who do not build magic resist. This item gives us Magic Pen, which reduces magic resist. Just know that ranged champions typically have less magic resist than their melee champs. They start with less, and they earn less per level. Everfrost is a solid item as well. We can stop someone from moving, then land Charm for free. In a full combo, Everfrost can outdamage Ludens, and it's cheaper. Link to this post will be in the description if you want to check it out. Last one is Liandry's. It is good against targets who build health, but this item gives us a ton of ability haste. An annoying build with Everfrost or Liandry's might help your team a bit more. Sork shoes are the best boots. This might sound odd to some people, but magic penetration is an amazing stat, and having it on boots is even better. We want to build these boots as often as we can. Ionia boots are an option. Lower cooldowns are great, especially when paired with Everfrost or Liandry's. Mercury treads are okay. Sometimes it feels like you are forced to build it. If it is too valuable for the match, then sure, try it out. Shadow Flame is usually the best. The ADC and the mid laner usually won't build magic resist. If a lot of people are building MR, then replace his item with Horizon Focus or Cosmic Drive. You could build both if you wanted to. Horizon Focus gives extra damage and 15 ability haste, while Cosmic Drive gives 30 ability haste. Hourglass is a great item for the active, but if you don't need the active, then you don't need to build it. After your Mythic and 1 or 2 core items, Rabadons is going to be the best for damage. If they are building magic resist, then you should go Void Staff instead. Morello is great against teams with too much healing. You could sit on Oblivion Orb if you really wanted to build a different item like Void Staff. Banshee Veil is a great option, but it isn't a very strong option. You can take Electrocute every game. It's great. Summon Ahri, it's good for poking, but if you don't snowball off of it, then the rune's going to be pretty useless later on. We picked Taste of Blood because the other options aren't that great or consistent. We do not have a reliable CC for Cheap Shot. That impact doesn't even work until level 6. Eyeball Collection is the best in the second row. It does its job automatically. The others require you to play kinda weird. Ultimate Hunter is the best in the third row. Ahri's ultimate is amazing, and I don't know why you would want to take someone else. Biscuit Delivery with Time Warp Tonic just gives you a ton of health and mana in the early game. Nothing else lets you be as fast and as aggressive as the Inspiration Tree. But if you don't want to play like that, you can take Sorcery. Mana Flow Ban increases your mana pool. Transcendence gives you ability haste. You can take runes that give you flat AP to one-shot people later on. Scorch is a little bit of poke. Take it with Summon Ahri, or just ignore it. Here are some example full builds. Just to sum it up, take a page, take a starting item, try to get to Lost Chapter, but you can build other stuff if you need to. Take a Mythic, boot, get Shadow Flame unless it's bad. In that case, get Cosmic Drive or Horizon Focus, maybe both for the ability haste. Then get Rabadons unless they make magic resist. Get Morello if they have too much healing, and try to avoid banshees if you can, but it is an option. Great, now go get your challenger border, and don't forget to check out my other Ahri videos. Thanks for watching.